keep their doors open later, families that don't hurry home as soon as the light begins to fade from the sky. But make no mistake, none of this arrives by accident. Each of these markers of achievement is a testament to a police department that cares about this city and works with this city to remake this city. Thank you to those who are here at One Police Plaza and to those across our 5 boroughs for the work that you all do in making today possible. As we lead together, I want to see these numbers continue to drop, to continue to nurture the partnership between the NYPD and the communities across the city, and to empower our police force to focus on the serious crimes that they signed up to tackle. We are going to mend the frayed social safety net that fails so many of our neighbors, tackle the mental health crisis that causes so much pain, and continue to deliver public safety across our 5 boroughs. I want to say thank you again to everyone who worked so hard to bring us this day, and thank you for all of the work we will continue to do to lead together over the years to come. And with that, I will pass it over to our partner, our governor, Kathy Hochul.
Oh, Jesus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for reminding us of the humanity that is involved here when our men and women in uniform go out and save lives. And prevent.
I'm going to go back to the top of this, to when Mamdani started speaking, because that's going to be the most interesting part of this.
Good morning, everyone. It is a privilege to be here with you at One Police Plaza and to be surrounded by so many committed public servants here in the NYPD. I want to thank Commissioner Tisch for her leadership and Governor Hochul for her steadfast partnership with the city. I will not repeat the incredible statistics that the commissioner just shared, but I do want to echo the human story that they tell. Because as impressive as these numbers are, we know that they capture something tangible, the lives New Yorkers live, the ways that our neighbors interact with our city, and the countless hours of unseen hard work by the men and women in this room and beyond it that have delivered this progress. When we say that murder went down by over 20% from last year, that is anything but abstract. Each of those percentage points adds up to dining room tables without an empty seat, lives free from the dark cloud of grief, children that grow up with a parent at home. When we talk about the safest year on subways absent the pandemic years since 2009, we are talking about a city that is and feels safe to explore, where a young New Yorker from Inwood isn't afraid to ride a train to meet her friends in Flushing, where a senior citizen on the Upper West Side isn't reluctant to get on the subway to see a grandchild in Bushwick. These numbers, whether they represent fewer robberies or fewer victims of gun violence, mean a more vibrant, joyful city. It's measured in restaurants and bodegas that keep their doors open later, families that don't hurry home as soon as the light begins to fade from the sky. But make no mistake, none of this arrives by accident. Each of these markers of achievement is a testament to a police department that cares about this city and works with this city to remake this city. Thank you to those who are here at One Police Plaza and to those across our 5 boroughs for the work that you all do in making today possible. As we lead together, I want to see these numbers continue to drop, to continue to nurture the partnership between the NYPD and the communities across the city, and to empower our police force to focus on the serious crimes that they signed up to tackle. We are going to mend the frayed social safety net that fails so many of our neighbors, tackle the mental health crisis that causes so much pain, and continue to deliver public safety across our 5 boroughs. I want to say thank you again to everyone who worked so hard to bring us this day, and thank you for all of the work we will continue to do to lead together over the years to come. And with that, I will pass it over to our partner, our governor, Kathy Hochul.
So, okay, great. When she's done talking, I'll probably come back to this live. Let me just re-rack it.
About. Thank you very much.
When they get to the Q&A, I should say. This looks like it might be the Q&A right now. There's nothing more uninteresting than Kathy Hochul talking. Nothing in this world is more uninteresting than Governor Hochul. This is the Commissioner Tisch, Police Commissioner, New York City. Can't hear the question, but hopefully they'll repeat it in some way.
Our crime fighting strategy in New York City is working. Now, I am never satisfied with the status quo just because it's the status quo. We're always going to look for ways to sharpen and refine. But I think it's very clear that our approach, in particular, to violent crime in New York City and to subway crime in New York City has led to historic results. And I don't have any changes on the top of my head that I can think of to it at this time.
And I will add that there is much that these statistics cover, the incredible work that we've spoken about today. And I will also tell you that as the mayor of this city, in just the last 2 days, I have been on site for 2 5-alarm fires, one in the Bronx and one in Queens. And I also know that the work of the NYPD extends to being first responders in those moments as well, in ensuring that we are taking care of New Yorkers and delivering public safety in a wide variety of ways. So these are numbers and accomplishments to be celebrated. And as the commissioner said, they're also ones to be built on, because we will not rest until we make this the safest city it can be.
So I have worked now, you're my fourth mayor. Wait, Bloomberg? Yeah, third or fourth mayor, third mayor. And every mayor has a different style. And I have worked with each one of them quite productively. The mayor and I will continue to meet on issues, meet on crime fighting strategies, and I'm looking forward to those discussions. But no, at this time, there is no change planned to the crime fighting strategy that has delivered historic results.
Look, I think as the commissioner said, the two of us are in constant communication. And what New Yorkers deserve and what we are fully aligned on is the fact that we need to see genuine public safety across the city. And that is something that is felt when New Yorkers can walk through their neighborhood without fear or without concern. That is something that is felt when they see a city government that is addressing the fundamental concerns that actually underpins the misdemeanors and the minor crimes that we're speaking of. And that is going to be the focus not only of myself, but also of my entire city government.
I just want to add to that the quality of life division is by no means a return to broken windows policing. It was done in response to a doubling in the number of 311 complaints that we have received in New York City over a period of 4 years. Those are people from every neighborhood in the city calling the city for help on quality of life concerns. Now, they vary neighborhood to neighborhood, but one thing that is true across all of them is that there are quality of life problems. And so the quality of life division was designed to make the NYPD more responsive to 311 in much the same way that historically we have been quite responsive to 311. So we're responding to noise complaints. We are moving abandoned vehicles that have taken up parking in front of someone's home for months. These are things that we had not historically been responsive to, and New Yorkers were begging us for help. So I have been very clear that the gang database is a tool that has helped us both in terms of fighting gun violence. Certainly when we have a shooting in the city, we use the gang database to anticipate where we may see retaliatory violence, and that has helped
drive our gun violence down. But yes, it also contributed to the gang takedowns that have been so successful this year. Yeah, so a few things. First, we went all in on it. We had thousands of cops basically all year long, but particularly over the summer when we know that gun violence has historically surged, working overnight foot posts on the streets and in the neighborhoods where gun violence has been the most persistent problem. And those deployments have shown unbelievable results. But we also have better data and more refined systems than we have ever had in the past. And one of the things that I have enjoyed working with here is leveraging that data and those systems to make sure we are going after the right people and putting the cops in the right places. Yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to having these conversations with the mayor and with his team because, as I mentioned, to address the problem of youth violence and kids falling victims to violence, it's going to take an all of city and frankly an all of state approach. There are things that I've went through and quite some detail that the NYPD has changed this year, which are beginning to show some real results. I have some ideas on what the Department of Probation and what ACS can tweak and change in order to continue to improve outcomes. So yeah, addressing youth violence is going to be an all of city and all of state approach.
Just also to the commissioner's point, we tend to tell young people in the city what they shouldn't do, and we have much less to say on what they should do. I think the commissioner is exactly right in terms of the whole of government approach that's required to also provide services, programming, and opportunities for young people across this city. And I look forward to having those conversations and delivering on that for the young people of the city. Thank you. I will say I made the decision to retain. Police Commissioner Tisch because of the work that she was doing. And that was work that could be measured in statistics of the kind that we have shared today, and also in the manner in which she tackled the crisis at hand at the upper echelon of the department that she was inheriting. And what we are seeing are the fruits of that work, and I look forward to continue to building upon that.
Celebrate that. In terms of getting gun violence? Well, yeah, the federal government can help out by shutting down the pipeline of guns into the city. Last time I checked, there are no gun manufacturers based in New York City. So I think we will obviously at the NYPD continue to do everything that we can in our power, including our precision policing, putting cops where they need to be, doing focused investigations. But it would be great if we could stop the pipeline into the city, and a lot of that falls on the federal government to do.
I think these numbers showcase a police commissioner, an executive team, and a department that are delivering for New Yorkers. And also, as the commissioner has said, as well as the governor has said, we cannot rest on these results. We have to build on these results. And I appreciate the commissioner and I's shared focus on doing so. And the fact that the creation of the Department of Community Safety is one that will also help to alleviate some of the immense, ever-growing burdens we are putting on this department. I think the commissioner remarked upon the number of 311 calls that have increased over the years. In an annual year, the department is facing 200,000 calls on mental health crises alone. So there is no question of what the department needs to continue to do. And also, I can tell you that as a New Yorker, I know there are more important things than for a police officer to be asked by a tourist in Times Square which train is working, which exit they can use, which elevator is functioning. That means that there are opportunities for us to supplement this work and to ensure that we actually empower officers to do the work that they signed up for. Do you want to head out for a minute? Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so that was, that was the first, obviously, official press conference with the mayor and with the police commissioner. There's been a lot of talk about how this is going to go with the police department and Mamdani, because Mamdani is seen as an enemy of the police, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out. That sounded, of course, very cordial and all that, but man, there's definitely some tension because there was some upset about the fact that Mamdani didn't mention the police very much in his inaugural address. A lot of people didn't like that. And so this is his first real extensive remarks on policing and law enforcement in the city. Really, to understand this, you have to know that the police in New York are an institution that likes to consider itself, the most important thing in the world. I mean, so they are very not used to anybody telling them what to do on anything with regard to policy. And then you get a guy like Mamdani who, is from the left, and you get elected officials from the left tend to focus on justice reform policy, and they don't want to hear any of that. So interesting press conference on the first week of Mamdani being in office. And as you can see, I still have a cold and I sound weird, but anyway, that was what you would expect from Commissioner Tisch and Mayor Mamdani. That, again, not surprising. It was interesting. He threw out there that he's already been to 2 5-alarm fires. And this is the thing about being the mayor of New York. You get these unexpected, crazy things that happen that take you away from the core job function of what you're doing. That's going to happen 4 years from Mamdani. At any rate, everybody hit the like button, if you will. Thanks a lot for watching. I just wanted to cover that because that issue of law enforcement, issue of crime, and those on the left is a big deal. A lot of people pay attention to. And he's going to be challenged on that. He's going to be pushed on that by the police department and by the union. We'll see what happens. Next is Lauren Burke. I will be back. I don't know if I'll be back until tomorrow. We'll see if there's any news. You can see that Trump is pushing very hard to get everybody's attention off of the Epstein files and on to Venezuela. But that's another stream for another day. This is Lauren Burke. I'll be back soon.
Somewhere. What's going on? Thank you. Are you watching now?
Yeah. No, I was watching on the left, but it's excellent. I love it. I love the traffic's blowing up. You were in Brooklyn last night. Where?
I was in Bushwick.
Okay, my grandmother's house is in Crown Heights.
Oh, yeah.
So when I saw you, I was trying to look at what the pizza place was to see where
As soon as we got there, someone recognized the pizza place. They're like, we got to get out of here. Someone is
get out. It was great.
blowing up our spot.
This show was freaking fantastic.
Thank you.
Love it, man. Love it.